right, so I thought of another topic. Okay, so astrology. Oh my gosh, astrology. Astrology, that's one of my favorite topics. I can go on for days about astrology. But I'm not. But I am going to express why astrology is so important and just kind of give a layout of the different astrology signs and what they mean. Okay, so, all right. Astrology is so important because it's a roadmap. Okay, we live in this dimension, and this dimension is planets in this planets in this dimension, right? And the planets dictate the energy, the flow of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you have Jupiter, you have 8 different planets. You have Pluto, you have Neptune, you have Uranus, you have Saturn, you have Jupiter, you have Mars, you have Venus, you have Mercury, and all these planets rotate in and out of in and out of houses, right? So you have Aries, which is the alpha. Aries is the beginning, and then you have Pisces, which is the omega, which is the end, right? So you have Aries is alpha, Pisces is the omega, and that's the beginning and the end, right? And so I said something earlier. You have 12 different houses, and each house represents a different mass of your life. So a different element or a different area of your life, right? And so Aries is ruled by Aries is the first house, and which is you, the person that you are, right? So then you have Taurus, which is the second house, and that's your money, the money that you make, your values, your self-esteem, you as a person, the money that you make, your morals, right? Then you have the third house, which is ruled by Geminis, and that's the communication house. And, everything that has to deal with communication, you can be found in this house. Then you have Cancer, which is the fourth house, and that's home and family. And there's a focus on your home and family with the fourth house. And so then you have the fifth house, which is ruled by Leos, and that's pleasures and creativity and stuff like that. If you look at a Leo is very expressive about self. They're very creative. So then you have the sixth house, which is ruled by Virgo, and Virgo is your routine, work, health, stuff like that. If you notice about Virgos, they're very on top about things like that. They love routines. They love to work within a routine. They love, I'm not gonna say work, but they love routine. That's something about Virgos. Then you have Libras, which is the seventh house, right? And the seventh house means partnerships, and Libras are big on partnerships. Then you have eighth house, which is shared resources, which is ruled by Scorpio, and it means shared resources in sex, and that's ruled by Scorpios. And if you know a Scorpio is very well known in that area, And then you have the ninth house, which is it's ruled by Sagittarius, and it's higher learning. And this is where you get your religion. This is where you get your colleges. This is where you get your education in this area. Then you have the 10th house, which is my house, Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? And that's career and fame. And, Capricorns are really big on their career, or, how they look in the public world, or versus, the home life or whatever. So the Capricorn rules the 10th house. And then you have the 11th house, which is the Aquarius. And they rule friendships and technology. If you know anything about Aquarius is very friendly. Aquarius have plenty of friends. Like friends in every area, like high places, low places. Aquarius have plenty of friends, And then you have the 12th house, which is the subconscious mind, and that's ruled by the Pisces. And the Pisces, the subconscious mind, the 12th house is the subconscious minds and things that you keep hidden, or hidden aspects about yourself, that you come into contact, that you find. It's where your soul lays dormant. Is in the 12th house. It's where everything from 1 through 11 comes out in this 12th house, and so. The 12th house is, everybody's scared of the 12th house. And I understand why, because the 12th house, in the 12th house, you get to learn yourself. You get to get closer to who you are, Right now, Saturn is transferring my 12th house. And, I've been getting to know who I am. I got a good, I'm dealing with my wounds. I got a better handle on my wounds and stuff. And so, I don't know, the 12th house is, I love the 12th house. It's the dumping ground. It's the shedding of the OU to come back into the first house, which is, the first house of whatever sign you are. So, love the 12th house. Now, in order to calculate your sign, I'm a Capricorn, right? So, Capricorn is my first house. And then, so the following sign after mine would be Aquarius. So, that makes the Aquarius my second house. And so, like, these energies, like, I have Aquarius second house, the second house is values and my own money. So how do I do things in that house is like how Aquarius would operate is how I will operate in that second house. Okay, so like a Pisces is my third house, and that's communication. And so how I communicate, sometimes you have to really listen to what I say, because I could switch it up. I could go here. I'm very expressive, just like a Pisces. So I don't know. It's really important to understand these houses. It's really important to understand astrology, period, because like I said earlier, it's a roadmap. It shows you, if you understand where the energy is at, you understand where to direct your focus. So I understand that Jupiter is in my 10th house, which is in Libra. So I understand the Jupiter is the giver of gifts. You have to also understand the planets and what they mean. And Jupiter is the giver of gifts. So I understand that in this area of my life that I'm going to have a great expansion on. So I don't know. I hope I gave you a little breakdown of astrology and why I love it so much, and why y'all should pay attention more, because a lot of the problems that y'all go through in life, a lot of the issues y'all go through, y'all can avoid it by just understanding the energy that's in the atmosphere. So I just want to drop y'all a little bit of knowledge, and that's it.